Imagine nailing a high-stakes negotiation due to this superpower. Imagine acing the interviews for your ideal job and landing an offer due to this superpower. You may be wondering, what is this superpower? I want to know more. This superpower is emotional intelligence, also referred to as EQ or EI. In this video, I'm going to share an overview of what exactly is emotional intelligence. Does it mean just being nice and warm and fuzzy? No, it does not. Then I'm going to move into why should I care about emotional intelligence? How will it make a difference in my career? And then finally, I'll end with 3 tips to help you enhance your emotional intelligence. Before we get this EQ party started, however, I want to say welcome. My name is Colleen. I'm a career and leadership coach as well as an HR professional. And I would have to say that EQ is near and dear to my heart because I don't know about the rest of you. I feel like the whole world, especially in the United States right now, could use some upskilling in the area of emotional intelligence. So I'm going to step off my soapbox right now and we'll get back to it. What exactly is emotional intelligence? It is the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and influence our own emotions as well as the emotions of others. So you can think about EQ as having intimate knowledge, really knowing your emotional state pretty deeply. You're also able to comprehend the emotional state of others. And this makes relationships a lot easier. And I'll talk more about why that is the case. But first off, I want to share a quote from Daniel Goleman. He is a leading expert in the area of EQ. He's a psychologist as well as an author. Many of you may be familiar with him. And what Daniel says is this: if your emotional capacities are not mastered, if you are not self-aware, if you are not able to manage your distressing emotions, if you cannot empathize and relate to others, you will not go far, no matter how smart you are. You may be thinking, you know what, Colleen, what about so-and-so? Or what about this person who has achieved tremendous success, but they're not winning any awards in the EQ department? Yes, I understand. There definitely are exceptions. There are individuals who are off the charts when it comes to being a Mensa genius or a master manipulator or marketer, or however you want to look at them. For the rest of us, however, we will benefit from improving our emotional intelligence. And let me tell you how EQ can lead to success in your career. First, 90% of top performers have high EQ. Not surprising, right? You're hired into a company, you have domain expertise, you have technical skills, business acumen, but in order for you to really thrive and move up in your career and excel, you often need to relate to others, collaborate effectively, communicate well, be self-aware, come across as confident in your abilities. And what is interesting is 58% of performance on the job is dictated by emotional intelligence. And individuals with high emotional intelligence on average make $29,000 more a year. That is a substantial amount of money for the vast majority of us. And what's interesting is, according to the Center for Creative Leadership, 75% of careers are derailed due to issues around emotional intelligence. So I don't know about the rest of you, but these stats are pretty eye-opening. If you want to excel in your career, if you want to make more money, you want to be a top performer, and you want to avoid your career going off the railroad track, then it would behoove you to invest in developing your emotional intelligence. Here are 3 tips that I recommend to help you improve your emotional intelligence. First, reflect on your emotional triggers. Take time at the end of each day and journal for 5 to 10 minutes. You don't need, a War and Peace journal entry where you're sitting there for hours writing out your deepest thoughts, although you can if you have the time. But simply taking 5 to 10 minutes and asking yourself questions such as, when was I triggered today? When did I find myself annoyed? Maybe your blood was simmering or boiling because of a certain situation or person. What type of people tend to really cause me a lot of stress and angst? What was my reaction to a certain situation? Could I have reacted differently? Was I my best self? Second, I recommend integrative listening. And this is listening that connects your head, your heart, and your gut. What does this mean exactly? From a heart perspective, you're really getting under the hood and you're exploring what may be going on with this person emotionally. Is there something that they're not saying, but I'm picking up on from the tone of their voice or from their body language? And then finally, from a gut perspective, really tuning in to your intuition and thinking, gosh, is there more to this situation? What exactly do I think is happening here? You're putting the pieces of the puzzle together, so to speak. And what I would have to say with integrative listening, it really helps provide more context to a situation, helps you to really have more compassion and empathy for someone, and it ultimately leads to more trust-based relationships. And then finally, the third tip I have for you is to seek out constructive feedback. If you've watched other videos of mine, you know I am a huge advocate of feedback foraging, collecting feedback from a variety of sources. But I'd have to say, as a coach, I have been quite surprised at how few of my clients receive regular feedback at work. And I think there's a variety of reasons. We're not taught how to deliver thoughtful, action-oriented feedback in some cases. There could be individuals who are simply uncomfortable with sharing feedback. They don't want to hurt someone's feelings. And so what I recommend is to actively seek out feedback from people that you trust, people who really know you well, and make it clear, like, look, I am so eager to grow and develop and really reach my potential. I would like your feedback. And it's up to you. You have a choice to be discerning in what type of feedback you accept and what type of feedback you reject. As you continue to ask for feedback, you'll really notice that, oh, this is an area of development and I wasn't even aware of it. Or, oh, this is how it's coming across and I did not mean to come across in that way, whatsoever. And so the feedback will really help you enhance your emotional intelligence. So I'm going to end on a positive note. If you're thinking, ooh, Colleen, I'm not sure if I want to start exploring my internal reality on a deep level, and I'm really not sure if I want to dive into other people's internal reality. What I would say is the more that you work on your emotional intelligence, the easier your relationships will be. You will find that you will have much less conflict, both in your personal life as well as your professional life. And you'll also find, as I shared with the stats, that your career may soar, because those who have a high degree of emotional intelligence are those who really stand out in a world filled with people who do not have the highest level of emotional intelligence. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Tell me below, comment, what tip are you going to implement to improve your emotional intelligence? If you would like to work together, please reach out. I would love to hear from you. If my content resonates with you, like, subscribe, comment. I'm so happy to have you with me. Until next time.